Here are 3 things astronauts can't do in space. And the last one is pretty nasty. When we think about space travel, we imagine the incredible views and floating around weightlessly. But what we don't often consider is how the absence of gravity completely transforms the most basic human activities, turning simple everyday tasks into complicated and sometimes downright uncomfortable challenges. You might think that something as natural as emotional tears would work the same way everywhere, but space has other plans. First, astronauts can't cry properly in space. On Earth, when we cry, gravity pulls our tears down our cheeks. It's automatic, natural, and we don't even think about it. But in the zero-gravity environment of space, there's no force to pull those tears away from your eyes. Instead of rolling down your face, the tears just gather and pool around your eyeballs, forming sticky little bubbles that cling to your eyes and eyelashes. The salty water builds up and creates this uncomfortable film that blurs your vision and stings even more than crying normally does. You can't just wipe them away easily either, because there's no downward motion to work with. The tears stick stubbornly to your skin and fingers, creating a frustrating mess. Astronauts have reported that this sensation is not only physically uncomfortable, but also emotionally frustrating, because you can't get that natural release that comes with a good cry. Next, astronauts can't take a shower in space. On Earth, we turn on the water, it flows down over our bodies, washes away the soap and dirt, and disappears down the drain. Simple. In space, water doesn't flow at all. Without gravity, water droplets just float around in spherical blobs, drifting through the air and potentially getting into equipment, electronics, or other astronauts' faces. This creates a genuine safety hazard on the space station. So instead of the refreshing shower we're all used to, astronauts have to use a much more tedious process. They take a damp towel, add some no-rinse liquid soap to it, and essentially give themselves a sponge bath, wiping down their entire body section by section. There's no running water, no sense of actually rinsing clean, just rubbing and hoping you got everything. The whole process can take much longer than a quick shower on Earth, and astronauts often report that they never quite feel as clean as they do after a proper shower. Water is also extremely precious on the space station since every drop has to be recycled and conserved, so they can't be generous with it. What takes us 5 or 10 minutes in a warm, relaxing shower becomes a careful, methodical chore that leaves you feeling only partially refreshed. Many astronauts say this is one of the things they miss most about Earth, that simple pleasure of standing under flowing water. And third, astronauts can't brush their teeth like we do. They squeeze toothpaste onto their toothbrush and scrub their teeth just like we would here on Earth. The brushing part is normal, but here's where it gets disgusting. Instead of leaning over a sink and spitting out that foamy, dirty mixture of toothpaste, saliva, and all the bacteria and food particles they just scrubbed off their teeth, they have to swallow it. Yes, you read that right. They swallow the dirty toothpaste. They have no choice. If they tried to spit it out, the glob of used toothpaste would just float away in the cabin, potentially landing on equipment, walls, or even another crew member. Astronauts use edible toothpaste that's technically safe to ingest, but that doesn't make it any less revolting. Imagine the taste and texture of used toothpaste, full of everything you just cleaned out of your mouth, sliding down your throat. It's a gritty, foamy, unpleasant experience that astronauts say takes some serious getting used to. Some never fully adjust to it. Living for months on the International Space Station means dealing with these uncomfortable realities every single day. What we take for granted on Earth, the ability to cry freely, to feel truly clean after a shower, or to spit out toothpaste, becomes a luxury that astronauts can only dream about. The human body evolved over millions of years to function in Earth's gravity, and when you remove that fundamental force, even the simplest biological processes become complicated puzzles that need creative solutions.